This is the push and pull of when a Republican is the president. There's an attempt when a Republican's in the White House, Donald Trump or any other Republican, to argue that these federal agencies, federal workers, the bureaucracy, sort of can act independently or autonomously from the political leadership of the country. And that's what's happening here. That's why everyone is melting down. That's why the lady came on CNN today. They don't want to answer the email because they don't want to answer to the president.
What's happening, everybody? Scott Jennings recently took on a CNN panel of a group of people that were just awful. Don't believe me? Joining Scott Jennings on the panel was The View co-host Ana Navarro. See what I mean? Anyway, let's watch Scott Jennings crush a CNN panel, and don't forget, we get a bonus casualty here with The View's Ana Navarro. Let's go.
I want to dispel this myth that federal employees are some lazy, bureaucrats that don't show up for their work. Listen, 85% of federal workers work outside of Washington, D.C. Those are people who work at our national parks. Those are people who work on, the ag departments in farm bureau states. Those are people who are taking care of Medicaid and processing payments for people in red states like where Donald Trump lives. So we need to stop being so cavalier, Scott, about people and whether they're working or not and how come they're so upset about getting an email. Because these are people's livelihoods.
Because some are being cavalier.
You have the privilege of sitting here getting a six-figure paycheck from CNN.
And I have to show up every day. And I have to show up and earn it. And I have to show up and earn it.
As public servants, and they do the same.
And I have to show up.
And the fact that you assume that they don't is obnoxious and insulting to those people.
They're not showing up and earning it?
They're good public servants.
Hold on.
Why are you assuming that they are?
Hang on. Hold on, Joe. Let me play for you, just because apparently you think that it's only Anna and Tara who are concerned about this. Here's John Curtis talking about this yesterday.
If I could say one thing to Elon Musk, it's like, please put a dose of compassion in this. These are real people. These are real lives. These are mortgages. It's a false narrative to say we have to cut and you have to be cruel to do it as well. We can do both.
There's nothing cruel on.
Hold on.
Okay, wait a minute.
Joe and Scott and Tara, and we all cannot speak at the same time. But, okay, his point is, let's not be cruel. You can find out how people are performing on their job without sending a gimmicky email that is only going to get, you're going to get false positives. You're going to get people who are bad performers responding to the email and good performers not responding to the email. And what does that tell you, Scott?
The premise of your question is that there are thousands of federal workers who are lazy and dishonest. You're saying that if people respond, then they're trying to game the system of a gimmicky email. That's number one. And I don't necessarily believe that.
On the planet.
Okay,
there's nothing.
That's not how you evaluate people, by asking them to send you a random email.
They're not being evaluated. They're simply being asked, what 5 things did you do last week? It is a simple question. And the fact that no one seems to want to answer it tells me nothing.
Can we put this in context, though? This is after, just in the first few days of the administration, they received a buyout offer that then wasn't really a buyout offer. Then it was very confusing.
No, now, it's not. They got a buyout if they want.
There's colleagues all over the country being fired in a haphazard way. There's probationary workers being fired.
Yes.
The second Ana Navarro opens her mouth, she says something stupid. She doesn't give us any lead-up time or time to prepare for how stupid it's going to be. Are you suggesting there wasn't a buyout offer? Then why did 75,000 employees take it? First of all, I've never heard in my life of compassionate layoffs. Anyone who's worked a job ever understands that the only thing that's certain is uncertainty, right? In life, but in jobs, your job could be gone tomorrow for a number of reasons. The fact that this is such a shock to the system, to federal workers, says a lot. What do compassionate layoffs look like? I would suggest it's compassionate to offer buyouts for folks to quit. It was offered at the end of January of this year. Full pay, no obligation until the end of September with their benefits intact. 8 months of free money and all that time to dedicate to finding a new job. I've never in a 20+ year career heard of a more generous package. And now they want to paint Trump and Elon as uncaring? Are you kidding me? I don't know if compassionate layoffs exist because layoffs aren't fun, but it's business. It's not personal. We'll get back to the video, but one last thing. Just regarding this email, I don't know if it was Elon or the DOGE team or someone else that described this email as a pulse check. This email was never going to be used to evaluate people in their jobs. All it told the folks auditing the federal government were 2 things. 1, are you checking your email? And 2, can you respond to the simplest email in the history of emails? Let's get back to it.
For performance issues when nobody is actually evaluating their performance. Then this email goes out. Then the agency heads say, no, don't answer the email. Don't you find it a little bit, don't you think it would be a little bit stressful right now to be a federal worker, to be a park ranger? Yes.
And there
To be
are
a federal worker.
It's a hell of a lot more stressful than being a
This is
top watch on
episode number
CNN.
175. Democrats dying on the
Joe,
Hill.
Yes, well,
Joe,
it is
Tara,
stressful
and
to be
Scott
an air
and
traffic controller
Anna. Everybody,
and
hold on one
your
second.
colleagues fired. It is stressful to be working
No air
at the
traffic controllers were
NIH.
fired. That's a lie.
It is stressful to be.
Not one. Name one.
Scientists were
Elon
fired.
Musk
Yesterday,
tonight.
I read it in the Miami
Anna,
Herald this
hang
weekend.
on a second. Elon Musk tonight, just to add to the confusion about this, to be honest, he sent out another message on X saying the email requested was utterly trivial, as the standard for passing the test was to type some words and press send. Okay, yet so many failed even that inane test and urged on in some cases by their managers. Have you ever witnessed such incompetence and contempt for how your taxes are being spent? Makes old Twitter look good. Did not think that was possible. There was also some indication that maybe they might have more time. So
Elon
can they
also
get
put
their
out
story straight?
but he also put out a Twitter that said that, oh, Donald Trump now has given them a second chance for the people who didn't respond the first time, and that's the second chance. Like, first of all, let's get this straight. Elon Musk, no one elected him. DOGE is a fake illegal operation that the courts will decide because it's being litigated what they're doing. Also, people who are working at the federal government, the cruelty of this are people who have just graduated from college or just finished their master's or came from PhD programs, and now they're being told by NASA or by HHS or by NIH after they move their lives to wherever to be public servants, and they're told now, well, no, pack up, you gotta go. This is happening indiscriminately across our government. That is cruel, it's unnecessary, it's dangerous, and when our own agencies are telling us that malign actors, are we just ignoring that
thinks
part?
it's cruel to get an email from your boss asking, hey, what did you accomplish?
Elon Musk is not their
no one
boss.
thinks that's
He
cruel.
works for the president.
No one thinks that's cruel. He is. If
Does
he's
he?
appointed
Or does
by
the president work for him?
he is their
I
boss.
wonder who-
There's
who-
$271 billion
Joe,
of federal
you said
spending.
no one, but that's not the case, okay? Here's Lisa Murkowski, also a Republican senator. She says he should get to know each department and agency, she's talking about Elon, and learn about the jobs he's trying to cut. Our public workforce deserves to be treated with dignity and respect for the unheralded jobs they perform. The absurd weekend email to justify their existence wasn't it.
We deserve a better.
Thanks, Lisa, but I don't think anyone was asking your opinion. Elon Musk wasn't elected. Yeah, that's true. He was appointed by the president, though. But correct me if I'm wrong, was Fauci elected by the people? It's funny, I didn't hear this same energy or these same arguments about all the requirements that he got to put on the American people. Probably many people watching have worked at a private company and had your company audited to improve efficiency and save money. So if you have outside consultants come in and they ask you some questions about your job or ask for some specific information, do you just say, I don't report to them? Of course not. Elon Musk and his team have been appointed to audit the government. Let's wrap it up.
Accounting of the $271 billion we spend in a federal payroll.
Totally
if
agree.
someone cannot answer a simple
that's what
email,
Congress is
saying,
for.
hey,
Actually,
are you
Joe,
alive?
That's
Here,
Congress's
say-
job.
I actually think you're 100% correct about that. There should be an accounting, but that's not this.
That's Congress's
Why?
job. That's
This
the
is a start.
inspector
No, it's
general's
not.
job that
It's
they
not.
fired.
It's Elon Musk's
How does
job.
No,
this
it's
tell
not.
you
He doesn't-
anything about what's going on with
my
the
goodness.
government?
Can I?
Again,
Elon Musk
this
knows
is
what
the
is
thing.
it about
This
how
was-
government runs.
What is it telling you,
The
Joe?
argument that this was gimmicky.
What is it telling you
is
about where the
okay.
money is
Yes,
being
this
spent?
was gimmicky. It's saying who is actually coming in. Lee Zeldin just required his workforce to come in on Fridays and Mondays.
That's not what we're
that
talking about
hasn't.
here.
But my point is that's something that hasn't even been thought of in years. And
You
since-
just
since
acknowledged
COVID.
it was gimmicky by Elon Musk, like him going out on the CPAC stage with a
It's
chainsaw,
gimmicky
jumping
in the
around
sense
like
that it's a
like
funny
a
way of
buffoon.
saying who's even
When people's
reading their
lives are on the
emails.
line here, their
Who's even reading their
livelihoods.
emails?
All right, hold on,
I think,
Scott.
I think one other point, and this is the push and pull of when a Republican is the president. There's an attempt when a Republican's in the White House, Donald Trump or any other Republican, to argue that these federal agencies, federal workers, the bureaucracy, sort of can act independently or autonomously from the political leadership of the country. And that's what's happening here. That's why everyone is melting down. That's why the lady came on CNN today. They don't want to answer the email because they don't want to answer to the president. And the message from Trump and Musk is we have political leaders in this country and you got to answer to it.
I'm not following you. Are you
Yes.
suggesting that It's only when Republicans
Yes.
are president that
100%.
agencies
Yes.
express independence.
Yes,
Well, you know that
correct.
that's not true.
No, I know it is 100% true that the
Scott,
bureaucracy is not aligned with, mostly not aligned with Republicans.
For a reason. There are
Scott,
career civil servants who work with one president
among
and
Democrats and
another, and
Republican
do so for
presidents,
the Constitution and the love of country.
Hold on a second. Among Democrats and Republican presidents, there are certain agencies that are statutorily independent from politics. That's the same whether it's Republican or Democrat.
You're saying that the bureaucracy is as responsive to Republican or Trump priorities as Democratic?
Is that what I said? No, it's not.
You're saying that bias doesn't exist, and I disagree.
Scott, let me just repeat what I said. There are certain agencies, regardless of the president, that are statutorily independent from politics because they deal with things that pertain to the American public, and there needs to be continuity, regardless of who the
Federal
president is.
Reserve,
the Federal
Postal
Reserve,
Commission.
the Security and Exchange Commission. There are plenty of agencies that are like that.
But an email doesn't jeopardize continuity of government.
And there are many at federal employees that are civil servants, meaning that they don't come in because of partisan politics. That's there to protect you as a conservative and Tara as a liberal.
I'm sorry, I think
it's there to protect both of you.
I don't have the exact numbers here, but immediately after Donald Trump was elected, managers in the federal workforce were polled anonymously and asked, will you do what President Trump asks of you, or will you do what you think is best? An overwhelming number of respondents basically said, I'll ignore what the president tells me to do. It's just common sense that there's going to be more loyalty to a Democrat administration. Workers under that administration know that nothing's ever going to be downsized. It's either going to stay the same or it's going to get bigger. But what do you all think about Elon Musk and DOGE? What do you think about the email? What do you think about their approach? Are they being cruel? And are they not being compassionate or empathetic enough? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you like watching videos of left-wingers arguing just for the sake of arguing because Republicans are making good moves for the American people, then click on one of the videos that's just about to pop up on your screen. Otherwise, as always, I've got the best viewers in the world. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking just a couple minutes out of your day to watch my video. It means everything to me. Jesus loves you. I'll see you guys.